So, hi, I don't know, I hope you can hear me. I started speaking English because the only ones that used to be here is English speaking people. So, I will check Facebook though also. It's very early morning here, but I was up very early. I've changed my. Hey, someone. I don't see who is here, but someone is here. I changed my times a little bit back, so I usually go to bed very late at night. And so now, when I have been going to bed earlier for 2 days, I am up at like 5 in the morning. This is very weird though. I'm so surprised by my neighbors also. I've never seen how active they are early on. Now I also see this young hooded guy. Like, I was up 4:30 this morning, yesterday too, I think. And they have been now out for several times. I don't know what they do. They are like gone for maybe 20 minutes, half an hour or something, and come back. This guy. Yeah, I don't know. Very early. It's like 7 in the morning now here in Sweden, up north. Or I mean, it's same time in all of Sweden though. Yeah, he vanished now. Yeah, I don't know. And this guy. But this is, they behave in a way that is odd to me, but never mind that. But since I've never been up these hours, I've never seen it before, so it's surprising. What I was thinking about, I wanted to share. I mean, I didn't know what to put up as a picture, so I just saw these three images of myself beside each other, so I thought I could take them. Um, yeah. So also, I wanted to share a few things that have happened lately. Yesterday, I did mediumship reading and added cars and so on for like 5 hours. And so, I mean, I love what I do. I totally love what I do, but it's also, it is almost like being a detective, I would say, or something, because usually you get uh, tiny pieces of a puzzle that sometimes the other one need to add to it. And that was a very, very, lately there have happened strange. I mean, some of you listen to this, who may listen to this, are sort of curious of what I do, and it's a little bit hard to describe. First of all, people, and I really respect that, can question it a lot. I mean, be skeptical, and therefore maybe they don't even actually listen. But I mean, actually hear what you're saying or want to understand what you're saying. But anyways, not in this case. I'm not saying, but surprisingly, things have happened. I usually almost never get warnings. It have happened a few times. Um, yeah. Now some young ones are coming back to people. I don't know. I'm very, very curious of what they do. Hi. Hey. So, do you have a question for my cards? Anyways, I will keep talking just randomly until maybe that. Yeah. So, um, yeah, it was very interesting. Anyways, because yeah, sometimes when someone have needed to change something, not to get very sick or something, that have happened like 2 times or something, never almost. And this time it was like, um, yeah, it was like pretty not harsh, maybe warnings, but there were some odd things. And I'm not used to giving those kinds of readings also, so it was surprising to me and how to understand that. But also another thing is that um, my guides, they have never been angry with someone. They have told me to be cautious or sort of things now and then, or guided me in some ways, but never been like mad. And now one of my ancestry guides have been so angry at someone, who, that is so surprising to me, the whole situation. I mean, why? I think it's like because this one is very protective of me, so I think maybe it's because I'm I think it maybe is about balance there because I'm very generous, and maybe that is why. I mean, maybe he is the guide. I mean, is upset about that imbalance or something because I really can't get it. Anyways, I will just have to drop it. Um, I mean, yeah, I will just drop it. But I'm so surprised about this. Anyway, so also I. Yeah, there have been a lot of awesome things that have happened lately. One of the things is that I'm not sure though yet, but I may learn this traditional Japanese massage. Your relationship? Okay. What's fun about it though? Shall I Actually, yesterday I used some cards that is called the Hermetic Tarot. I almost never use them. They are black and white. For your relationship. Okay, I will though. Although they also say that I should be quite skeptical about you though. But they have never been angry at you though. Anyways, at anyone, no, never, my guys. They kind of tell me to back off. So let's see. Anyway, I shouldn't say everything they do though. Okay, cards for your relationship. I will pick this first, although this is not maybe the most perfect deck for this, but it's beautiful though. It's just black and white. We'll see what if they want to. No, I shouldn't use this. I will have to trade it for this one. Actually, I have mixed two decks here. It's the psychic tarot and the psychic tarot of the heart. It's Jan Holland have made both of the decks, and they are same size. So, anyways, what I was going to say before was that this is the best massage that I've ever gotten. It's called energy massage. Sometimes it's not just the back kind of thing. That's one also that is. It's the same, but just a part. But if you do the whole body, it's like wonderful, and it really do miracles. And I hope that I can learn this massage because yeah, it's fabulous. Anyway, so I was going to tell you about some stories about that, but anyway, I will first pick this. Cards for your relationship right about now. So I don't listen to my guides a lot because they probably would tell me not to when it comes to you, maybe. Yeah. One other psychic that is very well known, Lena Ronhag, she said tarot destroyer. She said that you never listen. It's like talking to the dead. Said one of my one from because I usually do whatever I want, no matter what. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, the devil here. Now I don't even see. Uh, oh, really? Anyways, listen here. Your relationship. This is the devil card here in this deck. This is the psychic tarot of the heart, and that is. I maybe should read about, but I will check the card only. I mean, you can Google the image if you want to. It's number 15. It's called Master in this deck. Not surprisingly, actually. But so I assume this would represent you here. Yeah. Anyways, listen here. So there is very green and yellow color. So you have a very strong self-esteem in a sense, and love. There is a lot of love around here in this relationship. But I mean, I don't know if this is that you don't. I think you don't give love easily. I mean, you have it, but you don't show it because this person. Also, your heart is like you have very brown clothes in this image then of this devil. But it's like your heart is imprisoned, and that seems like a brown heart also. It's like it's not like your heart is brown. It just shows that also a little bit black. But you must Google this picture. It's like, yeah, John Holland, Tarot of the Heart, Master, and then click image. Mm, I'm not angry with you. Yeah, I'm not angry with you. My guides just tell me to buck off. I'm not angry with anyone. Yeah, well, sometimes I am now and then, but usually never. I mean, not for long. I can't be angry for long. That's not my nature. Anyways, so your heart is behind bars here. It shows, and it's almost like your heart is not. It's not alive, but you don't feed it. Let's say you don't feed it love. So master also, I think you need control. It feels like you want to control not others particularly, but your heart, or your emotions very much. You won't allow your heart to be open, like. And this, of course, you asked about the relationship. So I think this card says that it's totally dependent on you. I mean, if you hold back so much as you do, you totally hold back here. You don't show your love, although it exists kind of, but you keep yourself a little bit turned off or cold, maybe not cold, but because it's obvious, probably in certain actions you do or something. But it's almost also like you keep your heart in a box or something. Like you decide, because this master seemed to be more so about um, what can I say, controlling yourself rather than. I mean, your focus in this instance, when it comes to relationships or your whatever relationship that um, is very much about, uh, yeah, about controlling your knowing that you are not ruled by your emotions, kind of thing. And but you obviously have it if you would allow it, but it's like your soul that I can see behind here. You're very confident in many ways, but you also have a lot of love. But it's like you don't let it pour through you. You don't kind of allow your soul almost. That sounds weird, but I mean, maybe my expression sounds strange. But yeah, you keep yourself trapped in a cage. Yeah, that's what you do. Your love and your soul, since you don't allow it, because I think you are afraid, since this master need to have control. I think you're afraid that if you would let this shine through, then you will be vulnerable, and probably, I mean, you prefer to be the one in control rather than others, as you perceive it, that they would then control you. But there are those who aren't as me. I mean, not saying you're mean, but there are people who aren't. They aren't after control. There are people who just want well, and I don't think you trust that. And I think that is why this is this guy. you know, and also this is like the devil card can actually talk about addictions, not poisons, maybe, but I mean, because this brownish. Colors and everything maybe also indicate. I mean, this is a good looking man on the picture, very much so. Also, wouldn't the devil be? I mean, I don't believe in devils, but I mean, yeah. Anyway, so but this shows like, could show also that you numb your feelings maybe with certain it could be medicines, it could be anything, but it the devil card generally can also talk about addictions of sorts. But I don't think you're addicted to love. Maybe you are colder than that, and not and that you rather use people than let them get access fully to your heart. I don't think you almost, not in this relationship, but I'm not sure you ever really gives people access to your inner, yeah, beauty, you could say, your shine, your light. I don't think you very often do that. Um, you keep it very. You are very guarded with your heart, mm. And not only guarded so that others can't access it, but you also try to yourself keep it uh, like limited, like in a that you control it rather than it controls you, kind of thing. Yeah. Um, so that's what it shows. So I think my I'm not saying that. As I said, I don't read cards in a psychic sense or mediumship sense. I have a little bit intuition, I assume, but I just ramble like so. So if you pick up something else, what this means to you, then that's correct for you. You have the keys to it, and to your prison here, you can release yourself. You know, but I don't think you feel as if it is. I think you feel that this is liberating. Wait, let's see. Can we sack this devil? But I think I need to say some few things. He gave him nothing. I have heard so many promises from this guy. Yeah, but this is you. Then we have to sack you then. Bye bye. Yeah, well, no, but yeah, well, I need to say something else about this. What was it now then? Yeah, it was about the relationship. I will just say that then. That it's only you in the relationship, sort of, as long as you don't let others access your vulnerability, your heart. Yeah. Then there is no one. You don't allow anyone else to kind of share. You control the relationships you have, and you don't allow. Uh, because I think you fear probably that you would maybe be like addiction is about also being a slave rather, and you want to be the master. So you don't want to kind of fall into that ditch. So you keep yourself like a little bit more cold. Yeah. Okay. I'm guarded because I have let my heart shine. Yeah, I believe. But it's not been received, so I don't show it anymore. Yeah, yeah, I can believe that. Yeah. Mm, understand. So, do you have any other questions? That was the one for that, anyways. Meanwhile, I will, but the advice here is rather that you may feel like as if you have more control or are more free like this, and maybe you need to be like this for a while. But sooner or later, I mean, your soul is way stronger. It can deal with those disappointments, and it can. I mean, if you let it shine through, you will have way more control in a better sense. You don't need to have that control over other people or anything, really, honestly, but so in time it will take over this limited self of yours, let's say, or this is like the ego also, you could say, the devil card. um that is not your the strongest part of yourself. The illumination, the shine, the heart and the soul that you are, that is way stronger, and it will sort of, not in a mean way, but it will break your ego. It will gradually, maybe, probably cautiously, because you have free will, but it will. You can't hold it trapped forever. It's impossible. Maybe it take lifetime sometimes for people, but I can't even get my wife to open up to me. It's getting late in the game. My wife is very cold, so I don't feel safe in my marriage. I'm very depressed about that. Huh. Well, well, yeah, what can I say? There is a card, two cards coming up more. Sacral chakra. This is about sex. Um, that is a strong card. I mean, here is a very bright, strong color, and it's also about creativity. All of the chakras, all this energy, and so that goes. It's a whole. It's not like in boxes like it seemed like here, but this comes up. So yeah, I don't know why, but choose wisely also comes up. This is 7 of cups, you could say, but let's see. First, the sacred chakra doesn't matter what deck it is, but it's pure orange color. And uh, choose wisely, 7 of it's called choose wisely, this card. It's from the Psychic Tarot of John Holland. Then, so the image is someone sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tides roll, or however it goes. Anyways, you're sitting there sitting and looking out of on the, I don't know, ocean, lake, or whatever. It's water there. It's what is it called now? Anyways, you're sitting there on the side of the water looking out, but you have like several options here. It seems like um yeah, it seems like 7, but it doesn't have to be, or it actually seems like 5 here. But and then there are 2 birds flying together. But I think this, since you talked about relationships before, I think obviously the sexual part, that physical part, is very important for you. It's important for most people, and it's also sacred. It's sacred actually. But anyways, so this choose wisely. I mean, yeah, I've said this before many times, and I shouldn't go on and on about it, but why stay in something you are not happy in? That is something I sometimes wonder. There are many people who do, and I don't really get that. But there may be all kinds of reasons to do so. But I mean, there is also so many people to choose. I mean, there is, mm, yeah, yeah. I mean, I support loyalty, but also towards yourself, right? I mean, my wife serves the role as a mother. Yeah, I understand that part totally. To her kids, that's almost like her only role. So now I feel like I'm ostracized. I have a passion of love that is being kept within. Yeah, 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 I know. So, but still, I think you're, because this person on the card choose wisely sitting there by themselves, like pondering, kind of, or meditating or whatever, trying to figure how to, because these birds also are going towards the sun. I mean, looking for coming out of this, not darkness, but this gloominess or something. And so there are so many choices, but or fantasies also. This 7 of Cups is very much that you dream about or have like uh, yeah, ideas about how things could be in that kind of case or whatever, you know. But what these cards suggest mainly is that there is a need to choose first of all, and a need to act. If you just nothing will change unless you change it. Maybe that is also what this first what was this first card talked about, not going back to that. Oh, but I mean that you are the one in control, actually, in the sense that you can choose. If you choose this, then that's what you have. But if you want something else, then you can choose something else. You don't have to stay in what you don't feel satisfied in. I understand there are other concerns. Obviously, when there are kids involved and everything, I wouldn't suggest anyone would quickly do something. But also, I think that things that goes on around, or feelings that are, maybe, I'm not saying that this have to be dysfunctional, but sometimes are in relationships, that is something that those energies still affects the kids, however much they are try to be covered, sort of. So yeah, but this is not telling you what to do. Obviously, it's just showing the situation. I think mirroring that you have those fantasies, probably also those more passionate ones. Let's say that you, yeah, maybe also you are kind of pleased. I mean, you are maybe um, content enough, let's say, in this situation to just keep that in the fantasy world. Let's say maybe that's something you can cope with. But yeah, obviously it's not uh, a dream scenario in that sense, because you would want it for real rather than in this way. Yeah. But that's a choice. That's up to you. But you have to choose, though. Then have to make another choice, I would assume. Then. So yeah, and I also believe, but this is just my ideas. Maybe I'm wrong, but I also believe that if we have desire, let's say, or wishes, unless they are like harmful for others, I wouldn't suggest to go for everything we want if it comes from a kind of negative place in ourselves. But otherwise, I would believe that it's there for a reason. It's there for us to seek to fulfill it. Like, you know, I can I try to break one out and then try to follow my busting more and more. I don't understand that even. I don't even understand the question there or heart. You have to describe it better for me. Maybe it's my English that isn't perfect, so I don't get what you're asking. I know I'm not supposed to be like this. None of it. I see a beautiful world and I can't work. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm reading. And I can't work out why I'm not manifesting or even why people can't embrace it. But these two cards came together. So this is around your relationship still. And this is telling you that it's about you needing to choose something else if you want something else. It's not, I'm not saying it's not so hard. It can be hard to choose, but it's not like everything is there for you to just pick up. You can choose. You can choose something else. It's not like those options aren't manifested. They are there. You know. And I think also this is about choosing a beautiful world for yourself rather than maybe making the whole world beautiful to begin with, you know. And why can't you yourself embrace that? Probably you should maybe as I interpret these cards, maybe wrong. Maybe you should uh, like, I'm not saying you shouldn't have enormous dreams or so on, but like maybe turn it down a notch to your world and ask yourself why you can't embrace this beautiful life you want for yourself. It sounds egotistical, but this is not in a bad way. Okay, like I don't know, there are no words to describe a soul, so how could I describe feelings like the moment of elation? Why? No, 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 what is it? When you finish a hard job. Sorry, ignore me. I'm just tired. I'm bored into this room. Okay. Yeah, okay, I will ignore you then. No, but well, I will pick a card for this bored person anyways. because because why? If it's that person is there, if they want to give I don't understand, but anyway, if they want to give you a card, we will see. I will shuffle until something pops out for this one. This card, the shadow, the moon card. This talks about. I mean, this is also the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. If you want to see the image, you can Google it. And yeah. So here I see there are two sides. This is a very different moon card, but the moon talks about the passage. I mean, this may be general in your life since I don't understand your question even, but also maybe the whole thing you said about. I will come back to you. But anyways, I will just say this card first before I read the next. Um, I don't. Yeah, maybe this is also an answer to the question, how could I describe feelings and whatnot? Because this is almost like a mirror image about the conscious and subconscious, but it shows that you're going to difficult through a difficult time or passage or so on, and also that you don't see it clearly. There are some illusions there. You're still guided, so you will evolve, let's say, and you will see clearer. But also you may pick up. You have a lot of subconscious things that you could pick up in dreams or if you become more aware of that. But it's like in this card, it's like half of the scene is unseen. It's like in shadow for you. You can't see it clearly. You may think so, but you don't. I think this is what the card says to you. And you can't, obviously, you can never you cannot describe. Words are words. They are just words. They are symbols for things, and they are always dualistic. There is no way they are just a finger pointing at the moon, so to speak, as the Buddhist saying goes. So you shouldn't mix them. I mean, not mix them, but you use words, obviously, but you shouldn't think that the word is the thing, the real thing. So maybe that's the answer also. I mean, those who make that mistake, I mean, they get hung up on dogmas and everything because they cling to words because their minds is the only part of themselves that they have access to. That's what they believe, and that is the ego. That's what they believe are them. That's what they fear to lose. But when you have more and more access to your soul and spirit, you know that the words aren't really important as such. You have to use them to communicate with other people. But I mean, then it's just they are just symbols for something you want to get across. But yeah, there is something here, and it could also show a doubleness, like double sides, a wavering of sorts here. Anyways, let's see now. Um, she is Aquarius. We are opposites. Oh yeah, I'm an Aquarius moon. Did you know? By the way, I didn't know myself until just recently, actually. I didn't care about astrology too much because I dismissed it actually more or less because those natal charts, those when you not born. I mean, the planets aren't in the same. They have changed since they started this system, so it messes with my logic. I want it to be exact as the planets in the sky and so on. But yeah, so I just backed off from that. But I realized that it have so much to say now. It's fascinating. Anyway, completely at odds at every situation. Oh my. I, f- I feel like I choose her because of her diligence and attention to small details. So our personalities span the zodiac. Well, awesome. Yeah, but then you chose this. But you are free to choose whatever you want. But if you choose to have this and just let the other part of your energy more so live in your fantasies, but that's fine. I mean, if that's a choice, that you are not like forced to have it that way. You can choose differently if you would want to. It's like it's yours. It's yours to choose. So yeah. Yeah. Aquarius is a difficult one. I'm not saying her in particular. I'm just those few Aquarius that I know. Maybe myself as well included. But yeah, well, yeah, in my experience, I bet that's not huge. But yeah, as I said, I didn't just until like recent, maybe year even. The whole thing about astrology have been more or less uninteresting to me because I thought it was almost like fake. And I mean, it could be also like symbols. That's also fingers pointing to the moon. So even if, or as it is, that those planetary, the way they move in the skies have changed, not changed, but it have over time moved to, so it's in another sun sign. And yeah, but anyway, I don't know, Jeanette. I feel at times like I'm wise and understand our life. And I'm sorry, I see almost not so good when I read. That's why I read so weirdly. Um, understand our life and the soul's journey. And other times when I'm a husband, I feel like a complete idiot for being stuck in this situation. Yeah, but yeah, maybe it is what I said before. I'm not saying I know this. This is just ideas, suggestions. Like maybe it is that you focus on the broader universal things, while that is as within, so without, you know, as the souls of the universe. So I mean, maybe you should. I mean, maybe that's the way to change the whole, to focus more on the minor, because that's the mirror, you know. Maybe you kind of lose track of that somehow because you have this wider perspective and you don't see that the things you changed in your minor environment, so to speak, but that's a huge environment in itself, and that reflects everything. I mean, it will change everything in the world in a way. Now we start like this again. That's maybe they say that I should back off a bit because I will say things that make people think that okay, lost it. Like, because I can understand that though. I mean, also it's a way to maybe not dissociate, but you know, it's distant in a way. I mean, not detached, but it's. I mean, where we are growing the most, I guess, is in our relationships, in our those closest. How that's how it is for everyone. I mean, we can all be wise as long as it's kind of not too close to us, right? So I don't think that's odd. I think everyone is like that. And we all have, obviously we are here. We are here probably, I'm not sure about that either and anything, but we are probably here to also evolve or develop ourselves. And so it would be odd if we had nothing to work with, so to speak, or transform or alchemize, you know. Um, but yeah, since you actually defend, so to speak, what you know why you choose it, and that you want to choose it as it is now, and that's fine. Maybe in time you will want to choose a different thing. And yeah, you say live in your fantasies, but I've probably been too naive about myself to follow through on realizing my dreams and fantasies. I said that in connection to sexuality because those two cards came, but it's also connected to creativity, then, obviously, because of that chakra, because those cards came together. This person not manifesting, living in fantasy, so to speak. I'm not saying you do overall. To follow. maybe focus on greater I mean, things that aren't personal to you, but rather more so like in a worldly or universal sense. So you kind of don't put as much emphasis or importance on your self, your world, and what you want there. I anticipated that you were about to swear, so I pre-reported you. I don't understand. Anyways, so yeah. So I think that dreamer or that meditator that was in that card rather is related to just this choice and the whole relationship thing that you asked before. That's what I think. But sometimes we also need to be ready for something, even if we can see that maybe this is not the most ultimate choice. And sometimes all the things we want in a certain situation may not. I mean, we can't maybe have it all the time. So we take what is best, and maybe it's also because we don't trust that there will be something better for us. Can be all kinds of things, but yeah, it also takes time to process to get to a decision, and that's fine. All is fine. Yeah, you know. But the thing is to feel like a victim in a situation like this, for example, to feel like as if you are trapped and have no choice. That is what the card says is not true. You have a choice, but you choose this, and that's fine. That's good. And know that you choose it, just and you aren't stupid for choosing it. But if you don't like it, then you can choose differently. Final deal with me is that I always wanted a wife who would be my romantic partner forever, but somehow that's changed. She changed when we had kids. Now she makes me feel like I'm a total prick. Maybe you are. You got the devil card. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sorry. No, but okay. I also don't think this is uncommon. Actually, I think I've heard this pretty many times. I mean, that experience, and how she would see it probably is something totally else. But also, maybe also if that devil card was representative of you, or maybe it's her holding back, but because it was about relationship. But maybe if you hold your heart guarded, then that can be experienced from her perspective as you being a prick also. Or if you are controlling things, like, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. But things aren't forever. Sorry to say. But I mean, yeah, that's the positive thing also. Even if we have ideas, or I mean, ideas also about what we want things to be, when we realize more that things changes, then we are at a different place, and maybe that's what we need. I'm not saying you need this, but that may be what we need to grow. That change. It doesn't mean that it's bad, actually. It means that maybe we have to question our also idealistic view on things, maybe sometimes, even if, I mean, it's good to have high ambitions and so on. I think most people also want that in at the core. I mean, most people would want someone to be with forever. That would also, I mean, we change. So, I mean, to change together or even feel that it's worth it. Like, there are many who won't think so, though. But I mean, the whole wish for that or aim for that, that I think that is at the core for most people, if that would be possible. But it's not always possible. Because there is also, and that is also maybe about it. I won't go back to that too much, but maybe that is also about this control. Maybe that you have kind of decided that this will be it and it will work, and then if it don't, you kind of shut down that realization, uh, you know, because this is how you have decided that it will work, you know. It's like taboo. I'm sick of it. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. Oh, let's see. I missed one here. She doesn't love herself. I told her that she has her own psychological problems that I've asked her to try and address, but she never does. She won't face herself and her mother's influence. Had so many arguments about this. It's like deja vu. I'm sick of it. Yeah, and that's the thing. The master there. You cannot control it. You can control you and your own choices. The other person, not so much. Even if we want to, and we can to some degree manipulate others or control them, so to speak. I know you mean well there, but I mean, yeah, not possible though. Yeah. So what can I say? Yeah, it's still about you and only you. You know. I have to move this thing that I'm sitting. I mean, since that's what you can change, that is your world, your own, your own choices. Um, I try to make myself better, but she won't try to love and do self work. I feel like we're on different trains going different places. Yeah, probably you are. And you don't accept that fact, really, because you want it to be in a different way, but it still isn't. And there may become a time when you have to realize that so much so you give it up. I have to pause for a second. So I'm sorry. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, I think you are quite clear. Like, and but the thing you need to be clear about is that her choices is her or her not choosing to work with herself or whatever. I know you know this obviously, but the only thing you can do is choose. This is how it is. This is what it is, and you can choose how long you will stay and see if she probably will someday do that. I mean, probably she also is aware of it somehow, or are aware. Do you say that? Anyways, but as much as you fear to be vulnerable or show your heart, so to speak, she have her own fears that make it difficult for her to take those steps, and it's harder being close to one seeing that. You get, I mean, I can relate to some degree with certain things when you see what needs to be changed somewhere, but they just won't. I mean, yeah, you can point it out and you can say it and everything, but something, whatever it is that holds people back, and yourself sometimes it's me myself. I can't even change that. But I mean, then it's what it is. Something is still too scary for her to make that change. I guess I went around thinking that people want to make themselves better or search for a higher truth or blissful existence. Now I know very few want that. Yeah, yeah, that's I think very correct. So, and as I'm sorry, I repeat myself, but yeah, I think that for you to do that would be concentrating on your minor world with yourself to make your to change focus somewhat, because that is a way to change the other things, and I don't think you really see that. It's not so much also about making, I mean, you wrote that before also, yourself better, I think you said. It's so you yeah, yeah, right before that, I try to make myself better. You don't have to be better, you know you are good enough. So, but I understand this whole search for higher truth or all that. Some of what I think I understand anyways, but I think the way to go about it is to, in your case anyways, it seems, is to kind of let go a little bit, about not let go of those things, but to see how your choices, as they actually are choices in your minor world, reflects in the greater. I think you have an easier, I mean, that's kind of thing for all of us, but it's easier to see it in others. The thing that she does not choose to, whatever you said, like address that, what she needs to address, anyways. As you said, won't face herself and her mother's influence at the same way as you don't, or you won't face yourself and her influence. Like, I'm not saying this is the truth. I'm just saying that I think there is a reflection there, but it's easier to see in the in the other people and other things, than that you actually, it mirrors you also. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, but it's true though. I mean, I can share your experience. I mean, and the thing is that you also, if I go back to the devil, sorry about that, but um there is a reason, obviously, for you not trusting that others have loving, what is the word, intentions, attentions. Oh, what's the thing? Yeah. So, but many people do. Maybe they don't see these grand, greater or higher things, but many people want well. Yeah, I'm loyal to my kids. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I'm trying to do the best for them. Yeah, that's why. That's why I think I'm not saying that's a bad choice. I'm just saying it is a choice. It's getting harder anyway. Yeah. Thanks for being helpful. I hope I can be somehow, though. I really appreciate it, as you know. Yeah. Thank you. So, hey, Misha. So yeah, but yeah, it's not easy. I mean, and I think that will always come back, whatever it is, situations where we have to. I mean, it's not clear cut. Oftentimes it's a balance. Like, there is a layout I usually, no, not usually, but recently did with my some of those I teach in tarot. There is like pros and cons, and then uh, the judgment, and the written, like, outcome, letter, or yeah, decision. Maybe that would be, because there is often like pros and cons. There is not like only, I mean, it's not so easy to make choices sometimes, and also when it comes down to also involving kids, that's, I can't even imagine how difficult that would be. How are you doing, gorgeous? Well, I'm doing fine. How are you doing? I'm joining you live for the second time. Oh, glad to have you here. Thank you. I have to go now. Thanks for everything. You came at the right time today. Oh, yeah, it was early in the morning here. I thought maybe someone else would check it. Take care, sweet. Right. Bye bye for now. Oh, I get like separation anxiety when this one goes. I get, oh, thank you from the heart. Oh, I am so attached to you somehow. Oh, I try not to be, but I get separation anxiety when you leave. I feel it in my energy field. I just want to cling. I want to hold you stuck here. Okay, I'm letting you go. Bye bye for now then. Take care. Okay, you can ask a question, Misha. I have to shake it off now. Shake it off. Shake it off. I will just link a song. Meanwhile, who I have this hard time letting go of people. Hmm. I will just make. You can ask a question. Meanwhile, I will pick a card soon. Ugh. Right. This one. Yeah. Oh, I do feel it. I feel it. Oh, it's almost it's a bit teary eyed kind of sort of thing. I don't know why. What's up with you? Overall, I don't know. But I don't know, and I wish I knew. But yeah, hmm yeah. Well, now I will go to the other one then. Take care, sweet. Thank you. Okay. What does now? I can't ask about specific persons. You know that if you've been here before. Likes about me. He's always attracted towards me. So I'm curious to how. Well, no, I won't answer that one because I don't want to go into other people's integrity when I pull cards, although sometimes I do. No, I'm not doing that a lot, but yeah. But no, I'm not asking that. But I can ask about your. I guess I've been doing this before, so I don't remember what you got as an answer then, Misha. But um, I can ask about your. I can ask about your relationship just and see. Maybe you get an answer then, because then I don't go into his exact thoughts or feelings or so on because he didn't ask it himself. Oh, I'm just trying to not miss this person who left. Like it's difficult for me. Right. Okay. Whew. All right. So we'll see what they show. I will focus on you now. Let me show. Right. Whoop. So you get the sacral chakra. That is about attraction. So maybe you get an answer here. I agree. It's very, very hard for me to let go of the other one's energy. Just I bumped into things. How I can feel that so much physically. That energy leaving. Wow, my energy. Okay, so yeah, sacral chakra, right, is about like sexual attraction. So that can be like your physical features, your body, anything like that. But it doesn't have to be. It can be that attraction can be attached to however you are as a person, whatever. But then we also get the five of Pentacles, which shows financial and material changes. I still cannot let go of that one, really. I feel it so much in my energy field. Wow. Anyway, so why is that a sadness thing and why is that energy so strong? Try to understand myself now. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. But moving back to you, Misha. So, Five of Pentacles, that is about someone. Maybe does this person have less material fortunes than you or something, because this seems like in traditional tarot this is like two handicapped persons with like almost nothing to live. I mean, no money, beggars, like they don't have as much as others or are as capable as others, something like that. is what this Five of Pentacles shows. So I wonder if that is also something this person wants from you, that they feel that you can be, you can be of help, or it can gain them somehow. Is that the way you express it? To win you, so to speak. They may be attracted to your fortune, so to speak. Also, could that be so? Is that like something you can understand? That you could be helpful for them, or actually like using you, let's say, then, but for some benefit. That's what I also see in these cards. If you understand it, because it seems it could also be like a status thing. Sometimes, some being married or having a woman or whatever could like mean that they have in their own eyes a higher status in the, are more included, or as if it's yeah, as I said. I won't repeat that many times. I don't know if you understand, but I think that's part of it, though. They think that you is like a savior of sorts, that you will add to their, yeah, something where they feel like an outcast, or they feel like an outsider, or something that would you could include them in a different way. Career on a person, or I can earn my money out of that. Yeah, but also, does he not have it? Maybe he is like one who want to uh, use you, so to speak. Maybe he want to be more laid back and let you care for him, let's say. That could be a message here. Maybe that's what he's thinking. I'm not saying he's not appreciating you. Obviously, he's attracted to you. That's clear here. But there may be also this selfish idea of what he can get out of it, and that he can win a lot. And there may be a imbalance there where you will be the giver more so than he. But he thinks like that because he doesn't know anything. Okay. uh, but it's opposite here. Okay. I'm sorry I'm laughing about it, but yeah. So bad for him then. But since that is one of the things why he's drawn to you, maybe he will be a little bit disappointed then. Well, maybe that attraction will fade when he realizes he can't use you in that way. So maybe you should inform him and see if he stays. Yeah, okay. Maybe you can check if he is for real then by just letting him know that. Yeah. Maybe that attraction still stays, but then it will be actually less selfish than it's now. So, but also just the whole thing of having some attractive or beautiful woman by his side is like adding to him a lot. To everyone. So I think he feel like you're a win in many ways anyway. So yeah, good luck with that. Yeah. So now I've been here for an hour. Maybe I should start my day soon. No, I'm not saying he doesn't. Maybe he also, yeah, maybe he is a little bit centered on what he can get out of it, but there is also very strong attraction. This sacral chakra, that is about partnerships as well, and a wish to get closer and so on. Maybe also be creative. Create a world together, whatever. It's not the pull that is there right now. Is more so like a sexual attraction, like, so, rather than a loving. But that is also something that usually is there to be, that spark from the beginning is probably, before you know each other on a deeper level. That's like what's there. So that's kind of natural. It doesn't mean that he does not include the idea of having something. I mean, he obviously wants something more for various reasons with you, I think, or he have that in the back of his mind at least. So yeah, thank you so much for being here and giving yours. All right, so maybe I should go now then. Well, maybe I should actually ramble a bit about. No one listens so far that whole hour, I don't think. But yeah, I was going to talk about the traditional Japan massage. I will do it another time. But yeah, have a blessed day, you too, and hope you check in more times. So, and let me know how it goes. It's always interesting, even if I may not recall exactly what I kind of pulled what cards I pulled today and so on, but maybe I will. So, so let me know how it goes. Yeah. Bye for now then, and maybe I should take like one card for someone. No, I must have 3 cards, and 3 cards I will pull like for. I used to do this at the end. I should do that at the beginning for those who may check in later and may ask random questions, so they can pull card 1, 2, or 3 for an answer, and they have to interpret them a lot themselves though. But I will do that so they get something. Whoop. For number 1. Here is the manifester, and there is someone that is sad and need to let it go. And they have been, I mean, someone is leaving someone, and it's mass. This sounds like the first one here bit. And there is also a move, and that is the chariot card in traditional, but this is the psychic tarot of the heart. These cards, and there is share the love. These cards feel very much connected to the first person there, that can actually work with energy and decide whatever. But there is, these are people still, this is 3 of swords. Generally it's this called sadness and isolation. They are still attached at the toes, so this one who is trying to liberate themselves are still attached to this sad one. So they, this one does not get loose, but there is happiness coming if this person moves on. There is so much love and a new, let's say, um, marriage and so on, that is so beautiful, and it's very balanced. I mean, the give and take and all that, and the aims are the same in all things. And this is someone like giving their hearts, holding the heart in the hands. It's opening in the center there, so it's very, very beautiful. This is 3 of Cups, and very happy also. It's like, yeah, it could be so happy. There needs to be this person needs to know that they can manifest all they want. All the treasures there is in the world, they can manifest, or choose, that is. But they need to let go of this attachment. Yeah, that makes them sad. So for number 2, then, let's see. Let's see. Okay, then we have positive movement forward. This is a very quick movement. 8 of, no, it's not really very quick. I thought it was 8 of Wands, but it's 8 of Pentacles actually. But it's, yeah, here is a sailing boat moving towards the horizon almost, but the sun here, it's so beautiful. It's going in the right direction. And love begins, it says also here. Ace of Cups, this is so good. These have not yet really manifested, but they are really saying it's going good. And firm foundation is here as well in this project, whatever you are moving towards. Although you seem like you're far away from it, you have all that you need. You don't have to have like scarcity thinking or think that you won't have what is needed for this whatever project. Base chakra comes up as well, and that's like similar message, that you have all the resources that you need in material sense, physical sense. You will be able to pull this through, yeah, and manifest it into the physical. And then we have 5 of not 5 of, we have 5 in the major arcana. So this is wisdom, And this is also about taking what is positive from or those bits and pieces. I mean, that sometimes is a wanting to do so, but here it's an rather encouraging you to not be held back or limited by previous concepts or whatever you have learned, but actually use the things that are useful, the things that you have use for and that is valuable to you, and embrace that. You don't have to dismiss all of it if you don't like some parts, but you also don't have to take all of it with you. But there is a lot of treasures in past traditions and so on. So, but what I see here is I think someone is almost like preaching to others, but also maybe leaving others in a way, or living a sort of a lifestyle. This is also someone that is taking, I mean, picking up messages from the guides, spirit guides, and so on. And you're growing in wisdom as well. But this is also something physical happening here. And patience, they say. This seed have just started to grow, or yeah, it started some time ago, but it's still growing. So it's happening, but you need to have patience with this process here. But it's moving in the right direction for number 2. And then the last card then for those who chose number 3. Let's see what comes up. Let's see. Whoa. Wow, this this is almost like the first, almost the same cards, but a little bit different. Share the love. This is about also love with friends and so on, and move in the direction where you want. And this is so much love also in obviously a love relationship, because this is also lovers come up here. And these two people, they are so happy together, they are good best friends as well, and have so much fun, and their hearts are woven together, and they are like all their aspirations are, they don't have to strive, is that word, but because, or struggle, because naturally their intents are intertwined, it grows together. There is no conflict here. They are so in love and so harmonized. I don't think that's even the right word, because they don't need to, there is no need for compromise here. It seems like they just want the same thing. So it's very, very easy, and so much love in this for number 3. And also, oh, then comes in another deck this daydreams and decisions. So I think this is also maybe for the first one. Oh, yeah, you can ask a question, then I will go. But for number 3, then daydreams and decisions. This is probably also, this sounds like for the number 1 as well. But anyways, I mean, not for the number 1, but the first one who asked questions here. Yeah, there are many choices, but yeah, there is so much good there. And you need to make a decision to make things happen. You can't just dream and not choose, because then nothing happens. But it's there for you, and it could happen very quickly. When will karmic cycle between James and Hina end? This is about other people rather than it's you called. He's called there. Okay, I will see then. When will it end? As it seems like now it can change them. Success and growth. 8 of Pentacles. It goes a little bit slow here. Let's see. There are 4 cards. And there is number 20. That is Judgment card, which is a decision, obviously. And it says Blossom here. This is a Psychic Tarot of the Heart. And then we have also the Psychic Tarot. I will try to interpret them later. I will just say what the cards are. And then triumphant success with Ace of Swords, where there's someone like using the sword to cut away the muddiness so that it becomes clear. And that can be like words or your yeah, so you see clearly. And then there is success. Believe and succeed, it says. It's like six of wands. It's a success card. So that is when it's ended then. So when then? Okay, I don't see like when, but I see that the process to getting there, let's say. And that will be successful. You will reach that point. But there is a lot of success going on here. So I think you can, well, okay, I will not talk like mad about this, but let's talk about this decision card or the judgment card that is called Blossom here. If you can Google this image from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland, it's called Blossom. You can probably just write John Holland or Psychic Tarot or something and Blossom. I don't know. But anyways, this woman here in the center seems like she is molding energy. She's like having fun with transforming this energy. And it's very capable of doing so. So I think this is a very much affecting this process. I mean, I see two little birds sitting at the top of a tree now. I've never seen them sitting there before. I think that's like I think that is an image also. I mean, outside the window, this is. I think this is an image that you are close to because they are like, they used to sit at the top, I'm sure, but I've never seen them there before. Yeah. I think it's a message also. But anyway, so the karmic cycle ends. It's going on. It's growing. When you have understood enough, like getting at the top of the tree. No, but that is, you are successfully growing in this process. Yeah, and when you use your capacity to transform and alchemize this energy and are like sharp and clear in what you see. I mean, expressing it, even if it sounds harsh for the other one, those things will accelerate it. That will make it happen. That's almost like it's on you, but it seems like this is a process you can decide almost when, because of your ability to transform energy and to make this decision, but also being brave enough to be very, very clear, then it will be successful. And I think you can do it right now, actually. I think, but you need to, hi, Shaylee. Suhina, you need to be brave enough to not hold back, to be sharp with what you see, not vague or soft or considerate, no, it transformed by you being very clear and sharp. Yeah. And not holding back and not being like bitter or so, but because you are in control here, you can transform this. Yeah, that's my answer so far. Shaylee, I'm about to go now, but maybe I can pull one card if you have a question, and I don't answer about anyone else than you, or maybe a relationship, but yeah, since I've been here for a while. Okay, a general card for you. I will keep working with this deck still, since I've been doing so for now. Okay, this is the card for you. Oh, no, there are two cards. Oh, first we have the waiting game. So, this looks like a hourglass where someone is moving around and around the circles around it. This is from the John Holland Psychic Tarot. The waiting game is this called. So there is something. There is also another card. It's 9 of Swords, you could say, or Suffering in Silence. It's called here, also from the same deck. So it feels like you want to reach to something, but there is like uh, a block or a gap there where you suffer in silence here. You are quite worried or sad about something, and you're waiting for something, and you feel like you can't do much rather than you are very focused on something you cannot reach. Maybe this is a person also, but yeah, I see you sitting there. Yeah, it affects you very much. This is very much so in your thoughts and in your uh, you feel like you can't influence the situation. So I get a very sad uh, reflection from the cards. These are also cards, tarot is called mirror of the soul sometimes. So this probably isn't an advice to you. You rather just yeah, it maybe it's just rather than to not suffer in silence. I mean, not to be just by your, I mean, to seek out others who can support you, even if it's a specific one do you want to reach or whatever, that may not be possible right now or something, but still talk to others, seek out friends, whatever. You don't just be sad by yourself like this. It's not helpful. So I guess that's an advice. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, okay. I hope mine did though. It's sometimes very weird on from here also. So I hope you can hear it then. Right. So I'm sorry, Shaylee, about that, and I hope you can reach out to someone, that you can talk to someone else. Maybe also someone. It doesn't have to be like a therapist, but sometimes it's good to whomever we can trade thoughts with, or just hear ourselves express it rather than feeling like alone and isolated with this, whatever it is you worry about or think. Yeah, there is people, or if you don't know anyone, you maybe also you feel like that because you feel sad. There are of course others you can reach out to, but you feel obviously also that actually mirrors very much the card, as if you feel like there is no one. But so I understand that that's how you feel or view it, but maybe also you need then to actually seek out some professional, uh, as now, for now, until you also can see that there are others around you, there are others that you can reach out to. But it may be easier to go to someone that there is there, like, what is it? Oh, I have all my many words in my head sometimes that I don't know which one to choose. Like, not their mission, but their work. It's their it may be easier for you to um, accept it, or you know agree to them helping you, if it's their position to do so, let's say. So I think you should not be by yourself only, and you know and wait and be sad. You need to find someone to share it with, not the least, even if you don't need advice or whatever, but just to get it out may, and you hear yourself, may make you find ways to feel a little bit better. Or maybe if it's just, even if you don't feel good, maybe you can feel like, as it if it's a little bit of an ease anyway. They all leave. Which ones leave? Therapists? I think that's totally how you feel. I can actually see that. I can actually see that in the card, that is how you experience it. But maybe they are picked away for you to find something better. Yeah, but that's why I think maybe a therapist right now would be a better choice, because you know that they, you know, don't have to stay, but they are there for that specific um, purpose. You know, you don't have to um, think so much about what they think about you, let's say, or so on. You know, yeah, because that attitude will not help you. And I'm not saying it's easy to not have that, but I think you need help to get out of it. Because the way you feel and think, especially think about it, will make that happen. That sounds weird and maybe mean, but I mean, that attitude won't, that energy will not pull others into your orbit and want to stay around you. So you need to get yourself, you need to find someone who can help you, uh, help you through this sadness or so on, so that then others will be there also for you, because others feel that. Yeah, and it's not because there is something wrong with you, it's just that whole energy, that's the whole sadness itself. And we are also, all of us are also manifestators, no, but manifestors. So what you think you create, and therefore that won't serve you to think in that way, and to talk about it and find, I mean, to with someone who actually is there and hear you and so on, may give you the release you need to actually find a better feeling that is not as tough anyways, because I say it's tough. Yeah, I think you try. It's not that you do something bad. I think you just need, or you are worthy of. It's not like also you need or that something is wrong. It's like you, you are worthy of not feeling this bad. You're worthy of finding some help. You don't need to do this alone. Yeah, yeah, I see that. Yeah, and that's why I say, because this is not the reality. This is not truth. I mean, it is true, and you are in that situation right now, but it's not how it is overall. It's not like that is the world, and that is how it have to continue to be. This is your thoughts that make you also very much trapped in this situation, or in this emotion and feeling and feelings. And therefore you need someone to get that toxins, let's say it, out of your system, so you can begin to uh, see other things, because that's there, but it's not possible for you from the space where you are now to experience that by yourself. It will change eventually no matter what, but I think I mean, it will be a smoother path for you if you actually uh, give yourself all the support you could need in this tough time. Yeah, I wish I could say something else, but I've been here for 1.5 hours now, so now I will go too, but I will be back, and I hope you will too. And yeah, call someone right away. Don't wait. Make an appointment with whomever to get some support, you know? When our minds traps us in the sense of we keep going back to that sad place, we may not always be able to resolve it, at least not as quickly ourselves, just by ourselves. And maybe it's easier than we think when we find some support. Give it a try. I really hope you do. Because, yeah, that's not a good place to feel like you do. So let me know next time you check in how it goes, if you met someone or find some appointment or so on, at least. Yeah, but you need some more then, or something else. Maybe some support groups of whatever sort, or anything. Just find other people. So even if not talking to them, but just not being by yourself, just not sitting by yourself. Be where there are people around you, the library, whatever. Yeah, I hope you find some ways, and I like to hear about them next time. So yeah, take the best care you are able to for so now on. I mean, no. Yeah, I will have to go now. Take care. We talk later. Bye bye.